So I have no idea how this happened, but turns out we actually hit 500 subscribers. A couple people have unsubscribed. I think it's one of those things where YouTube unsubscribes people without telling them, but who cares? We're still in the 500s. So I promised a Q&A, so let's get into it. Now, a grand total of 4 people asked questions. Yeah, I'm fine with that. But the thing is, I've got a lot of questions because 2 of those people asked multiple questions. One person has been a fan for a long time, and the other person is someone who I personally know. So, because of that, I'm actually going to be asking myself some questions at the end of this as well, so you can have a glimpse into my fractured psyche. Nah, I'm kidding. Because some of the questions that were asked, some of them were pretty broad questions, like my opinions on things, and other ones were kind of really small, insignificant details about fan films, like, how did this happen and how did that happen? And I'll still answer that. But the questions I'm going to be asking myself are more questions I honestly thought I'd be answered by now, but, who cares? Alright, let's get into the first question. The first question is, well, since I'm into metal and Godzilla, am I into pro wrestling as well, like, say, WWE and stuff like that? Not really. And that's nothing against it, it's not like I'm not interested or anything, it's more because I haven't seen enough of it, because, it's never really on when I watch TV, and I'm always busy making fan films or making videos, so, surprisingly, considering I'm a metal and a horror fan, no, I never really got into pro wrestling. I do like some wrestlers, but I like them more as actors anyway, so, question, there, sorry, I'm going to stutter a bit because this is an unscripted video, and because, it's not a fan film, so I don't really care if I stutter or anything. So, you know, nothing against it, but it's just not really something I'd go out my way to watch. One of my top 5 favourite bands. There's a lot of bands I love, obviously way more than 5, but if you need a top 5, then these are the main 5 that come to mind for me. Slipknot, Korn, Linkin Park, Marilyn Manson, and Pantera. And Korn's first album is my favourite album ever made. I know that wasn't in the question, but if you're going to ask about bands, I guess, you want to know my favourite album as well. So, it's Korn's debut album. It's just a masterpiece. If you haven't heard it, go and listen to it. Even if you don't like metal, this is just... There are no words other than masterpiece to describe this album. Okay, now we're getting into those, insignificant but still canon details about fan films. So, how did Michael Myers get the new costume and mask in Halloween 2? He didn't, it's the same mask and costume, he stole it from the evidence locker. Are you planning to bring all the horror characters back? You mean after they die? No, not every time, because if I just kill them and then resurrect them, it's cheap. There's no stakes behind it, so no. Is Alice Angel William Afton's love interest? Um, if you want to ship it, then go ahead. I mean, if you think they are, then, go ahead. But to me, the guy who made it, so what I consider canon, no. No, no, they're not. I mean, if you go back and watch Left Forgotten, you'll see that William Afton and Alice Angel completely hate each other. And I'm just going to say this, because Season 2 isn't done yet. When we get later into Season 2 and even into Season 3, Alice Angel and William Afton get even more reason to hate each other than they already do, so no. But if you want to ship it, then go ahead. Okay, here's another one about insignificant details about Left Forgotten and the fanverse. So, in Season 2, Episode 3, when Funtime Freddy got shot, why did that kill him if he's a metal bear? It didn't. He got shot and deactivated, and then he was taken to the scooping room, and then he died. So, if William Afton from Left Forgotten and Sammy Lawrence from Left Forgotten were to get into a fight, who would win? Keep watching Season 2 and you might just get your answer. Okay, now I'm going to ask myself some questions. Technically, nobody asked these questions, but, these are just ones that I thought people would ask, but, they haven't yet, so I'll just answer them anyway, because these are more broad questions as opposed to the, small detail questions. What's my favourite, yada yada. Because I actually kind of prefer those questions. I like answering those ones more. Surprised no one's asked this in the multiple Q&As I've done, because it seems kind of obvious, but my favourite Danimation horror fanverse film. Without a doubt, it is Old Man Jason. You can chalk it up to recency bias if you want, but before Old Man Jason came out, I don't think I could answer this question, because I'd just be like, oh, there's so many I like, there's some I don't like, but Old Man Jason just felt special. It was just the closest thing I've done to a legitimate film, and it's the video that I'm so proud of, and pretty much when I'm gone, this is the film I want to be my legacy. I love Old Man Jason. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Sorry. It's like, if you haven't seen it, then after this video, spare yourself an hour and watch it. It's the longest video I think I've ever done, and I just love this video so much. And soon, there will be a black and white version of the film, mainly because I did ask people if they wanted to see it. A couple people said no, most people said yes, and whether the poll got mostly no's anyway, I was going to make it anyway. Mainly because I love black and white films, and I always wanted to see Old Man Jason as a black and white film, and have a colour version, so the colour version's out now, the black and white version will come out soon, and so, if you haven't seen Old Man Jason, please do me a favour and go support it, because I am so proud of it. A huge reason of why I love it so much is because, well, it's the first Danimation horror fanverse film with a higher rating, so, like, most of them are, like, 13 rated, so I can swear a little more. But I think with the language and a little bit of the gore, I guess Old Man Jason got rated 15, and I'm fine with that. So it was, like, my first, like, R-rated film, and I love it. Sorry, I keep burping. Like, I've just had dinner. I'm really sorry about that. But also, because it was set in an alternate universe, so I could pretty much do whatever I wanted. So, if you haven't seen Old Man Jason, please go watch the colour version, or if the black and white version is out at the time you're watching this, then go ahead, go watch it. I would recommend seeing the colour version first, though. Okay, another pretty common question that I thought I'd get asked by now, but no, I haven't been asked yet. How did the fanverse start? I think I've answered this already in another video, but I don't remember, so here we go. Tell you the truth, I never thought the fanverse would become as big a thing as it has been, because originally, Left Forgotten was actually the first thing that was ever written. Season 1 was being written, I was getting everything ready for it, and we all know the story, it took like 3 years for everything to get ready. So in that time, I made the first Friday the 13th to kind of like keep people interested in the channel, and it blew up, at least by my standards, like, small D-list YouTuber, it blew up, and so I made Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and before I know it, I really enjoyed making these fan films, and Left Forgotten finally came out, and, like, the channel basically got to where it is now, which is 500 subscribers, has a cinematic universe with, like, over 70 films, and multiple series, so, yeah, I couldn't be more proud of this channel, and speaking of this channel, thank you for so much, like, thank you for all the support. I've been Danimation, thank you for 500 subscribers, thank you for the questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!